What is good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus back at you again with another action figure review, what I classify as a quick hit. And reasons for that, you see what we got in front of us here. We have got the Capcom Sentinels, and that's from the video game, taken from there. It's going to be quick because these came out a couple of months ago, and in fact, they came out while I was at San Diego Comic-Con, and I was engrossed in something else, as one would want to do at the Comic-Con, at the convention, and I missed out on that. So it took me a bit of time before I was able to acquire a set of my own. And then after I acquired the set, they went back up on Hasbro Pulse. They are a Pulse exclusive, and they're scheduled to release this coming February. So I wanted to army build, so I ordered another couple packs, so I'll have those. But for now, I've got this going on. It's going to be quick because I already know what time it is. The whole fanfare and hoopla has basically come and gone. I'm doing this simply because I wanted to do it before when it came out, and wasn't able to. So I'm basically this is basically a list scratch off. So you see what we got going on the cover. It's got that textured type of artwork like it was the video game. We've got X-Men on the top, and it's a wraparound, as you can see right there. X there on the other side. So like I said, it technically starts here and it wraps around to here, and then you get to the back and you have digital sketches of the two Sentinels that come. This is a 2-pack, by the way, if I didn't mention it, as if you guys didn't know that by now. And you get that accessory that is a very big highlight for this box set. Getting it back around so we could see what we got going on, and let's get this party started because it's going to be a quick one. And here's our 2-pack out of the packaging. Styles like this, it's great that we can still, in some instances, get the full-fledged artwork on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So we can't always do that now because we are back to having the windowed packaging, but it's pretty cool to get that. And then when you unveil it, you see what you got going on inside. So like I said, this is a 2-pack. You see the two next to one another, twinning it out. You see the accessories. They come with an additional set of hands. They're blasting hands, and you see the energy effects for the first one. Moving the second one from there, you can see that. I'll lean him up against and then take out the rock, and we'll take a look at that rock right now while we got this opportunity. And you could see it's not really a rock, it's pavement. This is technically a top, even though you can stand it that way, but it's technically asphalt, and of course the dirt and rock that that it's built on top of, that it's paved on top of, came with it when Sentinel ripped it out of the ground. But it's pretty nice. It's molded in gray, and you got some nice detail there showing the cracks and crevices for the surface there. And then you got this whole rocky looking vibe there. So that's pretty cool. And you can see this is freshly opened because that white packet that we get came out with it. And you see that they are truly twins because they have the same exact accessories: blasting hands and blast effects. Now to take a look at the twins out of their packaging, you see that I equipped one of them, the one on our right, with the open palm hands, the blaster hands, and he is, or it these are robots, are it's emitting the power blasts. So you see what that looks like. And of course, the other one is straight out of the package, brandishing the fists there. We can see, according to the info on the packaging, these are larger than the typical 6-inch scale Marvel Legends. These are coming in at 7.2 inches, so that makes them just a bit larger. We'll see. We'll compare it to a regular sized, normal sized figure in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick look at the articulation. The head is on a dumbbell, and it is nearly impossible for it to go back, and you only get that much going down. You probably barely noticed it, and veritably no tilt. You can, of course, swivel. The shoulders, you can get more than a T-pose, so that's good at least. And the rear back, there are no butterfly joints, but the rearing back is decent. You're not going to clasp much at all. As I push that one together, you see that. We do have a bicep swivel. We are pinless all around, and double jointed elbows as well as the knees, swiveling wrists and horizontal hinges. That's on all four hands. We have a diaphragm which can go back that far. Going forward, you can barely, you can scratch it. You're going to get nearly nothing. We've got a waist swivel. Hips, pretty decent with the hips. And go forward nearly 90. Go back that much. Got the thigh cut. Once again, pinless, double jointed knees. See what we got going on there. You do have a swivel at that boot, and you're going to get almost nothing in terms of pointing your toe forward or up, or ankle pivot for that matter. You got bare anything because of the nature of those feet, those boots. So it's problematic to try to get our Sentinel to have his feet fully planted. I'll move them back so you can see the feet there. It's you can't really get them flat on the ground. Here's what they look like holding up the big rock there. You do have to find the sweet spot. It isn't as easy as you may think, but once you find it, it looks nice. It's unfortunate that you really, and I'll try when this video is done to pose, holding the rock and doing something with those legs. I mean, it is a robot, so you have the excuse of course, it's going to stand straight up and down and stiff-like. But, we're collectors and posers. We want to be able to be a little bit more dynamic with our figures. And I'm quite sure many of you have already seen or spoken of this comparison simply because we thought that this was, meaning the Sentinel, was basically going to be a redo from the Iron Man Model 9, and myself included, because, you get thrown away. Well, the boots are the main thing that led us to think that it was just going to be a redo. But we kind of sort of knew it wasn't when they announced it was 7 inches, over 7 inches tall, but we still needed to see it to believe it. And that's what you got here. You can clearly see that the Sentinel is taller than Iron Man. Real quickly, even though the Sentinel's taller than Iron Man and your standard 6-inch Marvel Legend, it's way smaller than what we know Sentinels to be. Real quick, it's from the Capcom game, and those Sentinels in that game were larger than the average human, but they weren't giant-sized. So just so you know, and that's what these are based on. They're based on the Capcom game. And here's a little fun fact. If you dig into X-Men history, like back in the late 60s or early 70s, there was a storyline with Sentinels that they weren't giant. They were larger than the typical human. So you can still fudge that in a display if you wanted to. And I also know that most who reviewed the Sentinel 2-pack in their comparison segment, they showed basically every type of Sentinel under the sun. They've shown Bastion and those. They've shown the Omega Sentinel, the Prime Sentinel, the Tri Sentinel, the original Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Sentinel, the Marvel Universe Sentinels, and of course the HasLab Sentinel. But I've yet to see anybody use the Kenner Sentinel. They hit by storm because they were like the near perfect size if you wanted to use your HasLab Sentinel as the master mold, and these came up just short enough, I should say, to fit like below the Sentinel's kneecaps. So it's if you know anything about the master mold, it creates Sentinels within its own structure, and they come out, they emerge from his legs. So this made the right size for that, and I haven't seen anybody else use a Kenner Sentinel for their comparisons. The Kenner Sentinels are they're based off of the Kenner action figures, I should say, are based off of the old school 5 points of articulation, and that's all you get. The head swivels and the arms rotate and the legs just go back and forth. That's all you get. Nothing at the elbows, nothing at the knees, no rotating wrists, ankles, or anything like that. And it served its purpose. It is what it is. And I'll rock this as the parting shot to this, what for me passes for a quick hit review. We'll see in post how short compared to my other reviews this truly turned out to be. Anyway, this is the Marvel Legends Capcom Hasbro Pulse exclusive Sentinel 2-pack with Boulder. It's a quaint, amusing little 2-pack. It's not really needed if you don't want to rock with it because you want your Sentinels to be giant. Totally understandable. Once again, I'm a neurotic completionist, so I had to get down. Plus, I rationalized that I can use these in a display simply because, like I said about that old school storyline. So, Sentinels, they could be used for anything. They're still larger than the typical human, so I think you can definitely play with it and fudge it for your purposes. We are getting a Wolverine that is the same color as the one that was in the Capcom game. I don't know if that means we're going to get other characters from the game in their proper costumes or not, but getting Wolverine is definitely a positive start. So we'll see what the future holds. Well, I can tell you right now, the future is not going to go any further for this review. I just want to say, do all the things you're supposed to do. Comment, what do you think about this 2-pack? You want yay, nay, whatever. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified the next time I upload another video. And I am out, y'all. Peace.